lot of my influences were the conscious, poetic types, the ones that really have a lot to say. I can definitely say my first listen to Tupac put me on everything, and he was definitely my first influence. And it just made me want to explore the world of hip hop more and see what it was all about and do my history. And I saw that this hip hop thing was bigger than all of us. It really is. That's really how I feel about it. But not to go off topic, some of my other influences, J. Cole falls into that list, KRS-One falls into that list, Nas, Eminem, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Guru. Like I said, a lot of the conscious types. And honestly, my list probably goes on a little longer than that, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Nobody particularly influences me when it comes to producing. I just know that because a few of my favorite artists do it, I want to do it too. I think it's a good look for a rapper, especially somebody trying to come like myself to produce his own music. Because let's say, a lot of guys, they just go on YouTube these days and they just snatch a beat off YouTube. Let's say that beat pops off. Now you gotta go and figure out, if you don't remember, you gotta go and figure out who that beat belongs to, and you gotta talk about sharing and rights and all that stuff. I just think it's a good idea for rappers to produce their own shit. And not that I won't spit off of another producer's shit, but these days how I work, I gotta build a relationship. Other than the music thing, something that I just started going back to school for is video game development. I'm trying to get into that field and make video games. For one reason, it's a booming business. I don't think the video game industry is going anywhere anytime soon. It damn sure is a job, if you ask me. But other than that, I've always loved video games too. I've been playing them my whole life. So one day I just said, man, shit, since I love these motherfuckers so much, I might as well just make them and try to make some money off of them. So yeah, other than the music thing, I'm trying to do this little video game thing on the side with school, and we'll see where that goes. I'm always trying to be the best I can be. Matt is my former rap name, which means black soil or black land, depending on how it's translated. And during the time while I was using it as my rap name, I did 2 mixtapes. One called Racing Against Time, and I called it Racing Against Time because ever since I figured out that I wanted to rap, that's what I feel like I've been doing. Like, I've only had a short amount of time to do this or do something with my life and do it big. And I feel like that's something we all can relate to. We all feel like we on a constant fucking watch all the time. You know what I mean? And the second mixtape that I did under that name was called HVHT, which stands for High Vibes Like a High Tide. And what I wanted to do with that mixtape is I wanted to switch it up a little bit from being so serious to being more fun and letting loose. That was the point of that mixtape. And I even, did it in kind of like a story type style, so all of the tracks line in with one another. And that was a real fun project. I do have 2 new ideas for some new mixtapes to release. One being called Recap, which is really me redoing a lot of my old shit that I did under my former rap name, primarily because a lot of it hasn't really been heard yet. And like I said, it was done under my former rap name. So I want to bring a lot of that old stuff over to the new era, if you will, and do it under some new beats, primarily my own, or beats that I've actually purchased and have the rights to from another producer. And the second mixtape that I want to do is called Money and Awareness. And it's about exactly what's in the title, money and awareness, getting your money and being aware of the world you live in. Because if you're not hip the game, it's going to be hard to really come up in this world. But before I drop anything, my main purpose right now is to push my audience before I drop anything else.